What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Dropped Frames. I'm fucking excited because no longer is Zeke running the show with his stupid haircut. He looks fantastic right now.
Oh my god.
I can't believe the first thing out of your mouth is shitting on me?
Hey, man, I woke up to that Skype call this afternoon. So it's shit on Zeke day all day.
You know,
I was going to say, and after everything in the Skype group.
Yeah. It's shit on Zeke all day. But seriously, you have like the perfect head for a shaved head.
I do. What? Really?
Yes,
It's
it
nice.
is. It is a great shaved head, I gotta say.
Well, thank you much. Thank you very much.
I wanted to shave my head once, and I actually did on my driver's license. I could probably show this maybe. But
Excuse me?
like right here, I have like this giant ridge, like I'm a fucking dinosaur in the middle of my head, like off center, so I can't shave my head. It looks
I wonder if
ridiculous.
that's evolution. Like,
I don't. Maybe it is.
Predatory thing, or like.
It might be. It
Bred
might
prey.
be. It might
No,
be.
hey, listen. First thing I would like to do is to welcome Giant Waffle to the show because
Yeah.
I'm a professional.
True. I mean, we could, but he already big leagued us in the pre-show. He was just sitting there with his fucking phone laying back. He's like, "Oh yeah, one second, I got to talk to my agent."
My mom called, okay? Let's be
Yeah,
real.
your agent, also known as your mom. Waffle, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
It's going good. Thanks for inviting me, finally, god damn it.
Finally,
Been like, what? What? No, I'm sorry.
finally.
Only
What is
Waffle-
this?
been what, like
everything
fucking
everything has been
6
building
months?
to.
Huh?
That's
Oh,
true.
this is it. It was the warm-up, okay.
That's true.
See,
I'm
we had
ready.
to prepare everything. We couldn't do it early.
We couldn't. We wanted to wait till Fallout 3 was on, so we didn't really have to talk to you, and we could just talk. Or sorry, Fallout 4,
I'll just talk around me.
and we just
See,
talk
that's a good
around
plan.
you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Co, how's it going? You're shaking your head over there. What's up in Co land?
3. Dude, it is. Today's a good day in Kodak.
Today's a pretty good day, in
Today's
general.
Today's a great day.
Yeah. What's been going on with you? Because Zeke shaved his head, and there's nothing else. He's still playing Boshy, so we don't even need to catch up with him.
Yeah. With this round. For me, it's been EverQuest, which has been going great. It's been Arc, which we'll talk about later. That has been a real curveball. It's rare to go into a game with low expectations and come out with really positive feelings about it. I'm so used
With
to
that
the other
said, don't buy Ark. We'll talk about that in the second hour.
Yes. And also, of course, the big news today was phenomenal. I like we were talking about earlier, there's been a lot of criticism, a lot of feedback, but for people like me, it was a fantastic day, and none of that could turn it around. It was I really enjoyed the trailer, and yeah, we'll talk about that more later.
Sounds good. Zeke, what are you doing over there with your camera?
I hate it.
What do you hate
For
about
some
it?
reason, Skype just fucks with all of my settings. for
You've got the auto color settings on, so it'll constantly change too.
That's not true.
What?
Like, for some reason, I don't know why it does this, because it happens all the time with Zoom. Like, even if you turn the auto settings off, it will still adjust the exposure, so you can try
really?
to get Okay.
Yeah, that looks good.
So you can
looks
try to
good,
get It's weird.
Zeke's actually
really
in
weird.
the world of
He's
Fallout
from New
4.
Jersey.
We sent him forward.
Gym tan laundry, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
God. Just put a green filter over it, and it'll be basically in Fallout, yeah.
There you go. Yep. Nice.
I see a lot of people tell me to raise my volume. It's maxed. Nothing's ever different here.
Yeah, I don't know. I can raise everyone a little bit, but it should be fine. It should be fine. People, whatever. We'll
What
just
is
start.
amateur hour over here in audio world?
I guess so.
I know.
Video, everything is amateur hour.
Everything is amateur hour. Waffle,
Everything is fish.
we'll spend the first hour here talking to you about your channel.
Okay.
So, how'd you start off?
Oh
in
God.
the world of
Okay.
Twitch streaming.
So okay. Do I have to get start from the beginning? Like, do you want the whole?
That
thing?
would typically be how you started off. Yeah.
All right. So, I guess I started streaming kind of like everyone else did. I saw someone who did it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool. I wonder if I can do that." For me, it was day 9. But instead of wanting to like be instead of wanting to be like an actual like streamer and play games or whatever, I wanted to be like the next him and everything. So I was like, he was a lot of my motivation. So I ended up streaming every single day and playing StarCraft. Like, this is like 2011, like way back then.
Yeah.
And I was gonna be like the next pro StarCraft 2 player and everything. Like, watch out, Korea, I was coming for you. And then it worked out terrible. I was Silver League, and I couldn't get out of Silver. So I did the most the intelligent thing. I just became an admin for like I forget what it was. It was something called it actually was called Zeke Z33k.com.
Yeah, I remember
And
that
I-
site.
Nice.
I adminned all the tournaments over there, like every single day. And then they needed a caster for it, so I was like, hey, I know how to stream. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then I was Silver League Strats casting, which basically says...
he probably got destroyed.
Yeah, so what I do is I basically just say exactly what's going on the screen, because you're not intelligent enough to be able to tell what's going on with your own eyes. So I have to be like, oh, that zealot's going over to that watchtower. That's going to give him more like view of the map. And it's like I basically did that for like 3 months. Then I realized I was bad at it, so I stopped. I switched over to a game I played for a while called Minecraft, which you may have heard of it. But I didn't really
Minecraft.
play it.
What do you do in Minecraft?
You craft
What
and
is
you mine.
I've still never played Minecraft, to be honest. So
Are you kidding?
yeah, I've never touched it.
What?
Is it like arts and crafts? Like, do you make
Yeah.
like glitter and stuff? Glue?
Like glitter glue.
Glitter
But,
glue the game.
I didn't really get into it too much. I just played it for a little bit. So I just, like, for a month or two, I just played Minecraft. And I got, like, 20 or 30 viewers, which is a lot back then, for me at least.
What's left
and
for
I,
today still?
Yeah, this is on, like, Justin TV. Or I think just when Twitch might have switched over. I'm trying to remember. I think it was just when Twitch switched over when I started doing that. So I played that for a bit, and then I kind of stopped playing a lot because I just wanted to play WoW. So I streamed maybe once every week or so, just because I just wanted to play WoW. And
you were still in school when all this was happening, right? This was high school?
Oh, yeah. No, this was end of high school, because I was 18 when I started.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is typically over the summers and stuff when I do this a lot. So I think it was the summer of 2012 is really when I started streaming a lot more, because it was the summer. Didn't have to worry about class or anything like that, so I just streamed me playing WoW most of the time. A little bit of a break happened, and then I found a channel called Towley, and I instead of streaming, all I would do is watch Towley, like every single day, because I was playing WoW and everything. I wanted to actually do something, you know. He was the best.
He was the streamer for WoW back then.
Mm-hmm. So I watched him a lot, and I got really integrated into the community. He was the first person I ever subbed to, which I still have it. It's like a 28-month sub now or something like that. It's awesome. I've been loving all the time over there. And then when Tally wasn't on, I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So I'd watch people on his channel, like, you know, there'd be like different people streaming here and there, and we'd be playing WoW together and stuff too. So it actually felt like I was part of a community for the first time, which was new. That is then how I met Lyric, because Lyric also watched Tally, and, you know, a bunch of people like Shorty Guy also watched Tally. And we ended up playing like Battlefield together and stuff like that until a game called DayZ came out. And then after DayZ came out, I played it a little bit by myself, and so did Lyric. And then one day I was watching Lyric stream, because he back then was like the only person that streamed DayZ. When Tally wasn't on, we just all go over there. And he was like, oh, if anyone's in the server on, you know, come find me on Green Mountain. So I went to Green Mountain and I met up there. So that was like the first time we ever met. And then he was like, yo, you want to get in TeamSpeak? It'll be easier to talk. And there was also another person over there, one of his mods called Goldsun. But Goldsun didn't have a microphone, but I did. So, because I streamed and stuff. So I just joined TeamSpeak, and that's kind of how we started streaming together. We just kind of played DayZ for a little bit now and then, until it got more and more and more. And then, of course, like me, I get bored of games very fast. So I kind of got bored of DayZ. He didn't, so I went out and did my own thing. I played Minecraft. That's when I really started Minecraft. And I played Minecraft for probably about 6 or 7 months since then. And I played it every day for like 6 or 7 months. And since Minecraft came out, I've now put 7,000-ish hours into the game.
Sounds pretty typical of a Minecraft player.
Yeah. So it's kind of like overkill on that. Like, usually I run, like, 2 weeks or a game for me is like the most I can take. Then I get bored of it. I literally go through games like it's every single week. So, I don't know. Played Minecraft for a very long time. I went to my first convention, which was Minecon 2012 or 2013. 2013 in Florida. I like drove my car 10 hours down to the convention. And that's when I met my first ever broadcasters. I met like Sevidus and Bacon Donut, and I think a lot of other of the Minecraft casters. We kind of all got together there, and we ended up making our first like Twitch group for Minecraft. So that was a really big stepping stone for my channel. That group went together to stream a bunch of Minecraft for another like year or two, which is great, and they still do it. I kind of don't play Minecraft anymore, but I've been still in, you know, there back and forth at Build Guild. So then after 6 or 7 months, I kind of got bored of Minecraft and wanted to do something new. So I ended up going, I messaged Lyric, because it's like my 2-month stream anniversary or something like that from the first day I ever streamed. And I was like, Lyric, what happened? Like, we used to play games together. He was like, yeah, man, let's do it again. So we started doing it again. We started like playing games, and this is like an anything kind of situation where we play anything that came out that was multiplayer together. So, I mean, now we're playing a lot of Mario Kart, a lot of Splatoon, which just came out too. We play games like DayZ here and there, but we play Battlefield and stuff like that. My favorite game to play together is Viceroy Cleanup Detail, but we just basically do night streams.
I already
call them.
shot him for playing that stupid game.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh to
Can,
that
real
game.
quick, before we go too much further, can you explain the pull of that a little bit and why that's your favorite?
Yeah, what he explained it
Viceroy?
away. What is your explanation?
So I feel like I'm a little OCD, not like I'm not like mentally diagnosed, but I'm a little OCD. So Viceroy is a very satisfying game because you just get to clean, and it's a weird.
It's kind
It's a
of
weird thing. I don't
Do
know.
you get that from Splatoon at all? Where
Yeah,
the OCD kicks
dude,
in?
it's so satisfying.
Yeah, I agree.
It's something about it. I don't know.
I'll get
but,
lost in like a small corner of the map in Splatoon and just like fucking get
Cover
every little thing.
like every fucking
Yeah.
inch. Yeah,
And then
dude.
some
Oh, man.
asshole with a machine gun just goes by and he's like,
And just like no, like he 360 like spin bots through the whole
Yeah.
like thing, and there's like stuff everywhere. Yeah,
I just do a little
But,
bit of frown. Yeah.
I love it, dude. No, but that really. I usually only play single player games. I mean, I played Minecraft like a year by myself. So it was like my first experience back at the, multiplayer games. So I love it because there's so many multiplayer games I don't get to experience by myself. Because you can, but it's just kind of boring. Like
it's
playing
not
WoW
the
by
same.
yourself. I mean, it's not the same as playing WoW with friends and everything.
Right.
So I love night streams and everything. We're doing that a lot. That's been going on for like over a year now, which is great. I went back to Minecraft here and there. I've now gotten bored of Minecraft as of like 2 months ago. I think I've literally done everything because it's not really. The whole community is great still, but there's not a lot of new content, and I really want new content. When there's all these games out there I haven't experienced, but why do I want to force myself to play this one game over and over and over again?
Sure.
There's always new things to do and build, but like there's a whole new stories and settings and genres to go into, and I love it. So I've been kind of experimenting now for the last 2 months, playing just about every game I could ever think of. And then about a month ago, something happened which was really cool. I was bored of everything. Which is, again, in a situation it happens a lot. I kind of get bored of games very quickly. So there was nothing new to play. And I realized that like my hobby that I used to have kind of turned into a job. So it doesn't really feel like a hobby anymore. So, what do I do when I don't want to do my job, right? I don't want to just sit there on my butt all day. So I decided to pick up a new hobby, which I took about 2 weeks to figure out what I wanted to do. I talked to my stream about it and everything. And I ended up picking up Warhammer again, which completely changed the flow of my channel a lot. Warhammer is like a tabletop game, so it's not even on the computer. It's just a tabletop game, and you play it with like minis, they're called, on a table with dice, and there's a bunch of rules and everything. But the minis do not come pre-built. You actually need to like make the minis. So like you buy like a box, and I then decided, wait, I need to make these, and it's gonna take hours to build them. Why not just why not just do it on stream? And my stream was like, yeah, that's an awesome idea. And I know creative category is upcoming a lot, and I've seen a lot of cool streams over there. People make like they do a lot of painting on there, whether it be Photoshop or real life and stuff like that. So I was like, sure, let's try it. And it ended up being like a huge success. Like my second ever creative stream, we hit like 16,000 viewers, and it like blew my mind that people actually wanted to watch me take bits of plastic and glue it together. And it kind of changed how I was as a streamer. I usually very energetic and crazy and loud, and if you watch me when I play with Lyric, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs the entire time. And I can only do it for like 3 or 4 hours without like losing energy. For this, my first stream ever was like 10 hours long, and it was the most relaxing thing I've ever done. Like I actually ended the stream and I was like, I have like a bunch of energy and I feel happy, and it was like it was super relaxing and I love it. So I've been doing a lot of Warhammer recently. I have like tables outside my room just completely filled with like unpainted minis. So not only do you have to build them, you also have to paint them. So I've been also experimenting with painting, which is like a whole new thing because I'm not really good at painting at all. But for painting these, it's almost like paint by number because it's pretty simple.
Experienced the joys of dry brushing yet?
Yeah, dude, it literally is like
it's the best. Like when I discovered that, I was like,
So
I want to
good.
do that for everything. It's so easy.
even.
Wait. Explain the process.
Yeah,
Why
what is
it-
this?
Well, we'll get into this when we get more
I
into
used
creative
to
and
play,
everything.
by the
There are
way.
certain techniques for painting, like dry brushing and washing, which makes you look like you have a lot more skill than you actually do. Like you can take a brush and like take all the paint off of it and just like just quickly brush over like a surface, and it will look like you meticulously shaded it and everything and make it look like metal and stuff. It's
They
pretty
work best with,
badass.
like, metallic colors, like you take
Yeah.
most of the paint off, you get the black undercoat, and then you take like this metallic paint, wipe most of the stuff off, and it looks like you shaded it.
Huh?
Mhm.
It
I never
looks
heard of
like
that.
rusty, like Fallout kind of rusty armor. It's fucking.
It's very
sick.
dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And then just recently, like 2 or 3 days ago, I just started this thing called Gunday Sunday. I think it's Gunday Sunday, where I make Gundams. and I didn't realize how difficult Gundams were until I built my first one, because with Warhammer, you have to glue everything together and it's pretty simple. It's not a lot of like hard work. Gundams, you need to like snap them together because there's no glue involved. And some of the things you need to like force together, like you have to put a ton of pressure with your hands. And after like, I think it was like what, 6 hours of doing it, my hands absolutely killed. But for 5 hours, I finished a torso and 2 feet, or two like I guess they're feet.
Wait, is
of the gun.
there electrical components to this? What is?
Yes. So I got a really, I think is the best one out there.
It's like the perfect
I got a
grade or
Gundam.
whatever, right?
I got the Gundam Unicorn Perfect Grade.
Yeah.
And the Perfect Grade is basically the complexity of it. There's other grades, and I don't actually know all of them, but Perfect Grade's the most complex. And I also purchased an LED kit for this one to light it up and everything. So I literally fiddled with it for probably 20 minutes to get this piece on right here. I think the one we're watching. So it was a lot of fun, dude. I love it. I think creative streams are very like relaxing, so they really help me if I ever need to like de-stress or just want to have an easy day or whatever.
What's your faction in Warhammer? Favorite?
I have a favorite, but so I love Adeptus Mechanicus right now, but so far I'm making Adeptus Mechanicus, Tau, Orcs, Space Marines, Imperial Guard, also called the Astra Militarum, and I think one more, if you call Scutari one more. Oh, and the Imperial Knights. I have all the armies started.
Yeah, you kind of went off the deep end. You just bought like a ton of shit.
Wait a second.
Dude, it becomes an addiction. Like, you're like, oh my god, the new blister came out of this.
I have 40 boxes of unbuilt Warhammer stuff on a shelf outside, and I've already built like 10 boxes. And
but you have like a full miniature set for every faction you just listed?
I'm trying to get 1,000 points of each army. That way I can invite any people over and they can choose whatever army they want to play with. And the thing is, like, if you have 2 different armies, because I'm gonna eventually want to do like Warhammer shows and stuff, you can only do one type of battle, right? Army A versus Army B. If you have 3 armies, you can do Army A versus Army B, Army A versus Army C, and Army B versus Army C. And if you have 4 types, all of a sudden, like, it starts getting exponential how many different combinations you can do. So if we have like, 6 or 7 armies, it's almost every single battle is different, and you'll never get the same battle for like a year. So I mean,
I had 3 friends or 2 other friends that I played with. One was DP from Sarkula Show. I was Chaos Space Marines. That was my jam. He was the Eldar, and our buddy was the Tau. And we'd go and we'd just have either painting party. We'd just sit there for hours.
Yeah.
Shit and paint, like, because it takes for fucking ever to paint.
It does. It's fucking crazy.
God. It's so satisfying when you have like a squad and they're all like uniform.
It took me 7 hours to paint 4 units, I think, my first time I was painting. And oh god, I was like, that was the most satisfying thing ever. And I look at it and I have 4 little figurines painted next to like mountains of plastic. And it's like, I haven't even scratched the surface yet. And I have like if I literally just streamed Warhammer, I could stream Warhammer for probably 3 months in a row and not be done with everything I have in my living room. Yeah. And it's nice to know I always have something to back up to if I ever need to. Or if I need to do something off stream, I can.
Real quick. So you haven't streamed any of the actual gameplay yet?
We can't.
No.
Well, I mean, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say next. Are you going to, and how are you going to handle that?
So it's very difficult. I have not seen someone pull off a good 40K stream.
Frontline Gaming is like maybe
the only.
And I actually watched them play because Jeff in Control is really into it.
Yeah, he showed me their stream, and I thought it was pretty good. And Co's talking, but I can't hear him. But we'll just mind what he's saying. Waffle is the greatest. I know, Co.
What I was saying though is because I was thinking about like what you would need. Like you would need a very large area. I'm assuming you would need like multiple different cameras. You probably need to have a camera that you could fly. So and somehow put your face on there. Like there's
what I would do.
You need a studio basically.
You need a production team, not even a studio. You need a 4x6 table to play on. You need a larger area around that to walk around on. Because typically when you play the game, you're having a few beers or whatever, just enjoying it. Because the games can last a very long time. You need a good overlay. Then I think you need at least one player walking around with the camera in their hand. I've watched a YouTube channel called Mini Wargaming, and they do battle reports where the guy actually holds a camera first person right here, and when he walks around, it's great. It looks fantastic. So you need at least one person doing that to look around the map. You need an overhead camera, and then you also need some, like, I guess you could use the walking around one for dice, but there's a lot of things you need to kind of focus on at the same time. And you need someone that's not playing running the show. You need someone on the computer switching scenes, doing stuff like answering chat questions or whatever. Because the players can't focus on that the entire time.
It's a pretty big production.
Dude, if you set that up, that would be so much fucking fun to like RP it.
But imagine, Because this, not just Warhammer, this works for everything. Any tabletop game you have, if you have a setup or a studio to do this in, you can do anything. Even from like board games, from Monopoly or Catan to anything like, Warhammer or War Machine or anything you want to do.
Sure.
So if you do a good job and set it up, you're set.
You're gonna have like a room at Nerd Fusion's headquarters for this, and have like a huge production thing going on.
I think I want to do it in my house because we're gonna get a basement, and this will be my first time ever owning a basement, I guess.
You're gonna do a bachelor.
Jane and I have been talking about ideas.
That's just a weird statement. I'm gonna own the basement.
In North Carolina, the soil is too thick. It's like red clay. They can't actually mine. They can't mine. I didn't want to say that. They can't dig down to get basements.
Yeah.
Some houses can have them, but they're very expensive, and sometimes the foundation cracks. So over there in like Washington, it's much easier to, I guess, dig basements. So we might have one. And we want to make a game room down there as well. So we're going to have a TV and a couch and stuff. But we want to just have a nice tabletop area down there. And that's probably what I'll do it because it's going to take up a lot of space.
It is a shitload of fun.
I got to admit, man, I am really looking forward to watching that. I've never seen 40K played. I talked to Control about it. Like, I'm going to be one of the people looking forward to those streams for sure.
Yeah,
That's going to be cool.
I think I need to fly in Control up because I need someone to like walk me through my first few games because there's a lot of
There's a ton. Like
Hold
the
on,
way
if you
that
wanna
he's described the rules to me it's literally who knows the rules better. And in a tournament, it's who knows the rules better.
So
and there's been multiple times. Well,
I
show
don't
him the
like
book.
reading, but this is what I've been reading right here. I don't know if you can see this. This is like all the rules for everything to figure out the rules for it. So it's kind of ridiculous.
Each different faction, like
Here's the actual rule book, and this is like thick, but it's very nice. It's got nice color pages. But every single faction, like Space Marines, has their own rule book and everything, and you have to go through each of them, like Scutari, and and then you actually have other books here that will help, like lore and all. But basically, the Game of War 40K is get into situations where you have to argue who knows the rules better to prove why they can't do what they're trying to do, because that happens a lot. And
No, that's what Jeff was telling me. Yeah, he like had a guy in a tournament, I think, come back after he had beat him or something, and there was like something wrong in the match, and the guy went and told like the people organizing it. I think this is how it happened, and he got it like reversed. He got Jeff's win reversed because of some rule that he found after the fact, or some crazy
and
shit.
he does
like
the tournaments and stuff where that's crazy, man.
Jeff's really big in the tournament scene, so he tells me about it.
I gotta say though, dude, I've been like on Jeff's Twitter, like he'll tweet out pictures and stuff and updates. That stuff looks so awesome.
Yeah, he still hasn't gotten this Titan yet because it hasn't.
He ordered a $1,200 Warlord Titan, which is a 3 foot tall.
It's $2,000. I thought.
Was it $2,000? It's
Yeah.
1,200 pounds, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think that's right.
But let me understand
guess
this
they're like
correctly.
$2,000.
In this game, to use that unit, you
can't
to
use it in
own the
tournaments.
official miniature, right?
Yeah.
In
have to
tournaments.
spend money.
Yeah.
Well, like what I'm wondering is, for instance, could someone put a Titan in their army and use like a
so
glass
the Titan
marker
is like, the way that he told me is the Titan's like 3,000 points, and most tournaments are like what, 1,600 Waffle or something like that.
I think it's around 1,600. I don't know.
Yeah,
the
so you can't actually use it in games. You can use it in. He said like
apocalyptic battles.
Apocalyptic battles, yeah, which are like giant, like global fucking wars or something like that. But yeah, you can't use it in normal fight. It's literally a showpiece.
Yeah.
It's like the only reason Jeff will use it.
The reason they also want you to use the official minis is because line of sight's a pretty big deal. Like what can see what. And depending on where your weapon is on the actual unit, you'll be able to attack different areas of the map. So if you have your flamethrower on the right side instead of the left side, it can flame, it won't be able to reach all, the spread. So it's really important to have the minis represent the actual characters used in like competitive play. If you're playing with friends, you can use pieces of paper to represent units if you really don't care to learn the game, which is what I've been doing to try to like learn the rules a bit. But it's
They
pretty.
come with like little plastic, like if you have a flamethrower, there's a little plastic cone that comes with the game. You like set it on the edge of the flamethrower gun to see
where you can go.
Hit by it.
Yeah. I watched
on the miniature.
I watched Frontline Gaming play, and it was literally like Jeff and I forget the other guy's name. They're walking around. They've got a button. They've got like a tape measure in one hand and a beer in the other. They're just like walking around like measuring shit. Like, yep, that's dead. They roll some dice, some shit happens, and they just would like remove that. I don't know. It seems very. It would be a hard game to broadcast. I think it is a hard game to broadcast.
Because every other sentence in chat would be like, "How do you play this? What is this?"
That's literally what it was. Yeah, and they do a pretty good job of explaining it. But there's so many rules that it's almost impossible to be able to explain that.
Exactly. That's why I'm worried about it. But at the same time, this opens a lot of opportunities for me to do other tabletop stuff. Like, I really want to do board games with the Nerd Fusion crew, or even other people that are in the area, because a lot of people live in Seattle. So I can invite them over to the house and play some board games and stream it. And it'd be fun to play Catan one night instead of trying to, play.
Laid back stream, a couple of beers. It'd be great. I think Angry Joe has been doing that, or does do that every other weekend, or maybe every once in a while. It's a lot of fun.
Plays some really cool board games on his channel. Stuff I'd never seen.
Fucking move to a town where people are.
Yeah.
So I can
Twitch really needs like more channels with broadcasters on the same channel, like just hanging out and having fun.
Oh, you mean like a group?
When I used like the old Sour Kool-Aid show, like I used to love watching that. I love watching Zeke and Man all the time too. Like just watching like the awesome
not a solo broadcaster
together
stream.
are great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Let's jump back to kind of the start because you covered a wide breadth.
Real quick before we go, just real fast before we switch from Warhammer, is there, if someone's really interested in this but wanted to kind of dive into it, is there any game that simulates the tabletop version?
There is a Warhammer game, and I think it's I've never played it before, so I don't know if it does, but it's what's it called? Dawn of War, I think it might be Dawn of War. Like Warhammer
Space RTS.
Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2?
Yeah.
I've played those. They're not
I played those too.
Do they represent the game at all? I have no idea.
I mean,
never
they
played
represent like the stuff in the game, but not. I don't think what Co's like talking about like a simulation-based game. Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking more. Is there anything for people that are interested but aren't ready to do the full investment thing to like sit down and actually play with the units and stuff? If not, if you could make one.
So if you're just trying to get a feel for if you like the games, like XCOM's a pretty good example of what it's going to feel like when you play the game.
Exactly.
It's turn-based and everything. You have certain units, some are stronger in certain situations. It's very tactical, like extremely tactical. You might want to check out XCOM to see, hey, this game actually is fun. Let's try a more advanced version of it, which would be the tabletop. The best thing you can do is go to what I think everyone calls their friendly local game store, or FLGS, and talk to them if they sell Warhammer stuff. And if they do, talk to them if they could you can get like an intro game by one of the people at the club there to like show you the ropes, because it's a huge investment. I mean, you're looking at dropping like $500+ on just getting the books and your first few sets and everything in a first little army. So you need to make sure you want to go into it. So I mean, there are some games out there. Look for turn-based strategy games. I mean, hell, if you want to do some real time, do StarCraft. But if you want like an actual feel for it, then you need to do something like XCOM. Yeah. And
And if you don't have a game store in your town, check the comic book stores, because that's what
that's really good.
Yeah, my comic book stores that sells them. There's a game in my mind that was just like Warhammer, and I can't remember it, but it's basically a turn-based strategy game.
Yeah,
cool.
So,
Thank you.
It's like XCOM, but like you have like, I don't know, 5-6 squads, and they all do different shit.
Yeah. There is a store locator on the Games Workshop website, which is the creator of 40K and everything. You can go there and locate your nearest distributor of 40K, and it should bring up like comic store books and everything as well, or comic book stores. Yeah, because that's how I found mine, and it was literally 5 minutes from my house, and it's amazing. It's like a 2,000
No
square
wonder
foot.
you've fucking spent so much money.
Dude, it's a 2,000 square foot comic store, and it's amazing. Yeah. It's called Event Horizon Games, and it's amazing.
Did you never did you never get into Magic or anything like that, where something?
No, but they have a huge Magic league there.
Like JP and Co. Like,
oh, okay.
I did Magic, but there was an actual Magic card store. Like, I never
found money.
Well,
Go ahead, JP.
I collected the cards. I never played a single game of Magic. I bought like a box of like what was it? What was the set? Frost something or other?
Ice Age.
Ice Age. Yeah, I bought like a box of Ice Age for like $400 when I was 15 or 16. I thought it was the best thing in the world, and all I did was just open the packs and like, yep, this is a pretty one. I just put that into like the card pocket protector thing where you have like the 3x3.
Filthy casual.
Yeah, I never actually ended up playing. I just
Magic
like the
was
art
like
and stuff.
CS:GO cases, but like back in the day.
It actually is.
Dude, that's the closest thing to gambling as a kid could get.
It is. Yeah, because people, the kids would go in and buy. I remember going in and like seeing a kid go in, but let me have 2 packs. He'd open them. Give me one more pack, and he'd like give him like 5. All right, give me like 10 packs. I'm not getting anything. I need something good. It was literally
I've also seen
like
people
CS:GO
open like amazing cards with tons of money as well, and it's just like,
yeah,
I'm never that lucky, but damn.
My first job, I spent every single penny.
Yeah. What was that called?
I would take it a step further, man. There used to be a store down the road called the Magic Shop, and it was run by these like two mid-30 guys, right? And all the Magic players around there were like, teens and younger kids that like the cards. So what these guys would do is they would give them a free pack to come into the store, and then what the kids would do is open the pack, and any rare cards, they would immediately buy off them. But the first pack, you could only get more packs for your cards.
Oh.
So it was like, and then you'd literally come into the store and it'd be just like a throng of small children, like unracking. Do you want this one? Do you want this one? Is this one? Oh yeah, I'll take that one for 20 and that one for 10. It was hilarious. It's like they pay them to open packs for them, and then of course, about 2 packs in, you'd see the kids start opening their wallets. Oh, I'll just get one more.
Yep.
It's just like
that's dirty, man.
That's right, dude. The first taste is free.
That's fucking dirty.
I will say though, like, we're talking about Warhammer, people being like rule Nazis about it. Like, oh my gosh, Magic, the only tournament I was ever in, the guy I played was the biggest dick I've ever fought, ever. Like, he was about every freaking rule. I'm a new player, right? I mean, just help me out a little bit. You don't need to like, destroy my entire motivation to play the game and like when I'm trying to like verse you. Like, I was like drafting a deck and everything, not really sure what I'm doing, and I took the first round off of him, like best 2 out of 3. And then the second round, he was just like, oh my god, it was so annoying. I'd like never want to play Magic again.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like when you play
Sounds
someone
like
who's...
another game that I know
Yeah.
about Nintendo characters and racing.
It's pretty much any game that has like a super high skill ceiling. That'll happen.
it's not that, yeah, any competitive game
Like,
is going to have those
if
kind
you
of
look at
people.
StarCraft and you get like a pro, of course you don't want to play like someone in fucking Gold League. There's
Dude,
there's no
I was in a tournament at like 14 years old. I get faced against, the late 20s guy in the black leather jacket that is taking the tournament super seriously.
Fucking
I'm
dressed
sitting here
up like
with my
Neo
little
and
all
shit.
black deck. He's playing a deck that my deck literally counters like every other card. I'm just sitting there playing my cards with a smile, and he's just the whole time he's throwing his cards down. And
Well,
at the end starts getting pissed off. And I'm just sitting here like,
Those are the shittiest decks to go
No,
against.
it's
So
the
the ones
worst.
that counter the control decks. You're a dick for playing it.
You're enjoying the
I
game,
have
and
a
it's all of a
black
sudden
deck. No.
Judge-
It was like a basic black deck, but it all was Seekers, Nightmares, and Singer Vampires. So it's like you couldn't really do anything against it.
Jesus.
I
Fucking
hate it.
Magic
I-
nerds.
I'm not going back.
Fucking Magic nerds. The worst type. From
So,
someone that plays
Fallout
D&D.
I actually took to that like a duck to water. Like when I was, I loved playing the sealed deck tournaments because everybody ponied up the same amount and got the same chances. So it wasn't like pay to win. You pay for the best cards, you get the best decks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The sealed decks were like, you pay a certain amount and it's all random. And I did pretty well with those.
Then it's
That was
just kind of
fair.
like who's smarter, right? Who can use the cards better.
Exactly. Who can construct the best with what they got. Yeah.
Dude, the best type of Magic game, though, I don't know what it's called, it's like 5-star, where you get 5 people to all play mono decks, and you sit in the color assignment that's on the back of the deck, like, white next to blue, next to green, next to black, next to red, and you have to kill the 2 people directly across from you, and your people next to you are your allies. So whoever kills the 2 people across from them first, they win the game. So it's like a politics game about, like, trying to get your allies to help you and stuff. It's really cool. That's like the only Magic
Oh
I
yeah,
play.
because the guy on your right once killed one of the same guys.
Yeah,
You-
your guy on your right wants to kill your other ally, but you don't want that to happen because if that happens, then you're gonna lose and stuff. So, it's pretty cool. I don't know what that's called. Like, what's
Are
it called?
there
Prismatic?
That might be it.
besides Star City Games, is there any big Magic streams? There's not, right?
just the
Are there
tournament.
any other big card
The
games?
tournaments are huge, though.
Well,
They
yeah,
get, like,
Star Cities Games has massive tournaments. Did you
I've
know?
been years and I still watch that shit.
I heard somewhere that Star City Games, the biggest third-party reseller of Magic cards, is like $1 billion industry, or $1 billion that's like their net income yearly or some shit. Like just insane amounts of money.
How?
I don't know. Maybe chat can correct me on that, but there is like giant amounts of fucking money in Magic reselling of the
Oh
cards.
yeah, without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, like that's
Oh, dude.
how my local comic book guy bought his house and his car and like everything. He's like, fuck comics. Like comics are great. They're my heart, but like this is what pays everything.
That's crazy.
Dude, the owner of the store that I was talking about had what he liked to call his $10,000 binder that was just full of, at the time, they were like Moxes and like all these crazy cards that were worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And he was always just like, yeah, this is my private collection. I just sell all the extras. And he would get hundreds of extras a day. Like it was crazy to think how much money was going through that store. And this was years ago. This was over a decade ago.
That's nuts. I can't believe paper can be worth that much money.
Yeah, it's kind of
Like
crazy.
a paper card with some ink on it can be worth like 10 grand. That's always
it's
blows
like,
my mind.
let's talk about well, I want to go back and talk about some other stuff with your streaming career, but I do want to take 5 seconds. Let's talk about CSGOjackpot.com. This shit is fucking unreal. Like, how does this exist, and how are they still a website? Like, how's it not gotten shut down?
Before we begin, can you explain exactly what that is?
Yes and no, because I am not going to go to the website, because I know the second I do, I'll start taking part of it, because I have a terrible gambling problem that I've discovered recently, and I'm not going to go to the website.
You and me both.
Because what it is you take your skins from CSGO, okay, and there is I think you can go to it right now and just watch these jackpots happening. Everyone starts throwing in skins, and the more monetary value of your skins on the marketplace at that point in time when you submit them to this website, puts in, say you throw in like $1,000 into the jackpot of skins, right? And that's pretty low. Then you have like a 40% chance to win the jackpot that other people are throwing their skins into, right? And there's like 9 or 10. I don't know how it works out, all that stuff.
You're saying it incorrectly. There's so the jackpot needs to have 50 items to start.
Oh, it's 50 items to start. Okay.
Let's say that you put in $10 of skins and there's $100 in the whole pot. You have a 10% chance to win them because you own 10% of the money in the whole pot. Whatever percentage of the money you put in of the whole pot, that's the percentage you have.
Okay.
So
perfect.
yeah.
That sounds much better than what I was saying. This, again, I have not gotten into it. I've just watched Summit go in there and drop like $4 grand worth of skins and have like a 70% chance to win the pot and then lose. And then he did it like 4 times in a row and lost over $15,000 worth of skins in about an hour. He lost like 20 or almost 30 knives in CSGO in like an hour.
Oh my God.
And just to be clear, these are things that he could have put on the store and gotten real money for of that value.
Real money.
Yeah, maybe. You get Steam money, but yeah. There is an actual currency to
real money taking place in here?
A lot of people sell items through third-party websites and like the knives or whatever over like PayPal and stuff. That's pretty common.
Yeah.
But it's really easy to get scammed that way because I don't think it's fully like it's digital items. It's not really trackable that well, so
that's
you can
not
get scammed.
nearly as bad though. But you're saying there's no way for them to convert this to real money. It's basically all just either stuff to buy on Steam or
if you sell the skins on the marketplace, I guess you could, but it's not going to be like an instant transaction. Like you have to actually sell them on the marketplace, right?
I get what you're saying. Okay.
And it's not like real life money either. Like I guess you can spend it on Steam stuff, like Steam games. But if like, is there any reason to have like $3 grand on the Steam marketplace ever? Like,
I mean, you won't have to ever like quote unquote pay for a digital game anymore. But
so I guess if you are able to save it and then spend it, that's real life.
It's a really interesting thing because I don't know how that website can exist without like existing as a bank, because that's kind of what they're doing. Like they're a way to like take money in, and then they take a cut of all the skins, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so can you imagine how much like they must have?
That's what I'm saying. Like they take a percentage of the skins, so they're making money from this. Like it's a fucking bank. It is a fucking bank.
Oh my! But wait. If they take skins or Steam Cash as their 5%,
they take. There's only skins. Skins is the only thing that is.
So they're actually taking
acquire the skins in the first place.
Wait, what?
How do you acquire the skins in the first place?
You buy a case, or you get them from someone else.
Okay.
Or you play the game.
Or you play the game,
drops.
and you get drops. Yeah. Ko, what was your?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, how the site then converts that to real. Like,
they would go to a third-party reseller. They would go to like a third-party reseller website or sell it on the marketplace, and then people would pay like, I don't know, $400 to get that skin. So.
And they're just skins in the game, like just outfits and gun skins and that.
There's no other value to them in game except for being cosmetic. Like my gun is purple.
I love it.
With a dragon on it, and it sells for, not my gun, but like there's a gun, a Dragon Op sells for like around 800 or some shit, I think.
The Dragon Lore?
The Dragon Lore,
it's like a ridiculously expensive gun. The worst part about it is that the most useless weapon, the knife, is the most expensive skin because they're the rarest skins, and some of them can sell for like thousands of dollars depending on how rare it is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear here, everyone else can see your skin?
Yes. That's the reason. That's why it's like hats in TF2.
So you pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to carry around bright fluorescent weapons.
Yeah. That's what it is, yeah. And I think between me and Waffle, we've probably dropped like $2 grand easy on these cases.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I'm not even that bad.
And we're not bad. We're like the very bottom of the fucking.
I'll drop. I'll open a case a day and that's it, or a case a game and that's it.
What was
I
that?
try not to go any more than that.
Do you see some of that money back though?
We haven't seen. I'm deeply negative.
I'm deeply negative as well. Some people though are like, they
Hey,
can open.
gambling. I see this. I understand this.
Yeah.
I get this.
It's a weird thing though because like I watched Summit go from he started CS:GOJackpot.com. He went from like 14,000 and in an hour he jumped up to like 35,000 people watching. Because it's literally just people come to watch someone lose all their money. Like that was the big draw of the stream. And then he loaded up Jackpot and lost $200 in like 4 hands. He's like, "I'm fucking done. I'm out."
Dude, the best is when someone that owns 92% of the pot loses the person that put 1% in.
He lost multiple times with 70% of the pot to some guy with like 4% of the pot. He was so upset. It was great. It was good fun. I just wanted to.
I'm sorry. Take me through the process of getting your money back. Like you buy the skins, you put them in, yada yada. You say you win. Say I win like $300. What do I do? With the skins.
It's a very long process to actually get your money back. But let's say you get a rare skin, and this rare skin sells for $50 on the marketplace, the last sold one. So then you could list it on the marketplace, and if it sells, that goes into your Steam wallet.
But it's not real cash. You can't get cash.
You can't take money out from Steam. It only goes in.
Yeah, what they're saying, Zeke, is there are third-party websites. I'm guessing it's not legal, but there's
I don't know how that stuff works.
That will buy you with cash, and I'm assuming that's the only way you could actually turn this to a viable,
like by your Steam wallet money.
No, by the skin.
You give them the skin, and they somehow get you.
You
money.
trade the skin, and they give you real life money.
Yeah, that's the only.
So you don't get money from the thing.
Yeah, and I haven't ventured into that, so I don't know really much about that at all.
You know what that
and
sounds
I'm guessing
like?
That's against all sorts of stipulations.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like what are the pachinko, right? Pachinko machines. Like you get like little prizes, and then you take them and sell them outside of the place for money.
Yeah, people in chat are saying there's like all they're naming off websites, which I'm not going to name here.
eBay them like quote unquote eBay, whatever.
Yeah, dude, if I was a kid in high school, I sold a bunch of MMO currency in high school to pay for a lot of shit. If I was a kid right now, I would be fucking doing this nonstop. Like I would sell CS:GO skins all fucking day and try to make so much money from that shit.
Dude,
it's fucking hilarious.
Man.
Same thing, man. I sold EverQuest items when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I am with Julie on this.
No, dude. I sold something more valuable than currency. I sold my time. I would level people's fishing up all the way in one day in WoW because I loved fishing. Like I have a round first in fishing for Zen Master when Pandora came out.
Yeah.
And I would just sell my time just to like sit there for like 5 to 6 hours leveling you up all the way, and that was the life.
Yeah. What did Julia say?
Good.
So why people on Twitch can gamble, but if they show a nipple, it's the end of the world.
Because that's America. That's literally America.
Agree.
Dude, I don't really understand it though, because you know how AO games got banned recently?
Yeah.
Gambling with real life money is defined under the AO rules as being adult content.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think we'll talk about that in the news section. I totally forgot that happened last week, but that did happen. God, there's a lot of shit to talk about this episode. But yeah, CS:GO gambling is weird. It's an odd thing, and it's if you ever see a stream doing it, go and watch because you're gonna have a fun time watching someone just lose a lot.
I'd love someone to just take me through. You know what? Never mind.
No, don't do it. You're not getting it. You don't even play CS:GO, and you're like, I'd love to buy some skins right now.
That's how it gets started.
Yeah,
everyone starts.
Never mind. I take it all back.
Yeah,
I take it all back.
I watched. I think it was Friday. Goldie dropped. He hit like 800,000 followers on Twitch, and then he ended up dropping 1,000 on skins.
Yeah.
That day.
He opened 2 knives.
Yeah, he opened 2 knives, but it was like maybe $150 or $180.
Yeah. He went negative by a lot.
And then he's like, we should go on CS:GO Jackpot. Like after he literally wanted to continue the gambling from the skins.
And then lost it all, I think.
No, he couldn't do it because there's a 7-day trade thing on new items.
God.
Gambling goes, man. It's the way it goes. You're on a hot streak. You want to.
That'll be the death of like a bunch of Twitch streamers. Is they're just gonna gamble their lives away. Just blackjack their lives away or CS:GO skins their lives away. It'll be great.
There's already streams starting up that just do that stuff. Like it's becoming.
Yeah. It'll. Eventually, Twitch is gonna have. I think eventually Twitch will have to step in and say something about it. Like, it'll get to that point. And the thing is, they opened the can of worms when they allowed poker on the site. Like, this is a direct thing to allowing poker on the web on Twitch to be streamed. Now, like blackjack is the biggest thing for a lot of the streamers. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that in the future. Waffle, I want to talk about the beginning of your career, and we ask a lot of broadcasters to come on. Did you start off with the idea of making it your career?
No, I don't think anyone does, really.
When you first got, like, your paycheck for, like, I don't know what your first paycheck was, $20 for ad revenue. What were you just like?
I spent it like on better equipment for my like studio. I couldn't actually take my money I got from Twitch and use it on my rent until about last fall, because I was upgrading everything. I kept buying new stuff, and I have like a ton of computers and keyboards and stuff.
Right.
I just kept every penny I got back from Twitch, I immediately invested back into the stream and everything, because I wasn't looking to make money with it because I was in school and everything. So it never really it wasn't important. And then just about I'd say like half a year to about a year ago, so right at the end of the summer, I realized like, hey, I can afford rent plus upgrade my studio with this. Let's do that. And then since then I've been doing that. So it's been pretty recent, but I never really planned to like do this as a career. I wanted to become an engineer and
So you're recently out of college, like you just graduated this year?
No, I'm in my last semester still. I decided that what I do is I take the last semester really, really slow and just focus almost immediately on streaming. So I take all online classes right now, like 2 classes a semester. So my last semester is going to be like over 2 years, but
Gotcha.
Streaming should last me that long as well. And then when I'm done streaming, or whenever it ends, I'll be able to just, my degree will be done and go right into that industry.
So you already have kind of an exit plan in 2 years then?
Yeah, but I don't want to exit the industry if I can. Like the thing is I'm worried about is people only see me being valuable for like my audience, right? And that's
Sure.
I guess true in a lot of situations on like face value, but the experience you gain when you stream, I hope can get me a job when I finish streaming. Like I want to do like analytics. Like I want to be like Scoots. I love Scoots. Like the stuff he does, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to get into that kind of stuff, but until my streaming career is kind of over, I'm not really going to persevere that too much, but that's what I would want to do after I finish streaming. And if not, I'll go do something with electrical engineering. It'll be fun.
That's interesting because I can't think of like a streamer who's said that they have like a lifetime on Twitch, or rather a timed life on Twitch, I guess is a better way to say it.
We don't know what it is yet because it's so young, but I mean, everything has some sort of lifespan.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it's true. It's true. Ko or Zeke, have you guys ever thought of something like that? Like, do you look ahead in the future?
Porn star.
Porn star? Shave your head,
Cam
porn
girl.
star?
I'm already ready to be a cam girl. I mean, everything's set up.
And not because of any sort of physical oddity that I have.
Yeah.
It's because I would appeal to specialty things
Yeah.
that I don't need to go into right now.
Ko, for you, you've kind of jumped into I don't know why I said dumped. Jumped into the game development world. So that's kind of like your backup plan or future plan?
Well, it's not. It's more of a parallel. Like I was 100% game development for over a year. Got the whole studio set up, got everything under pretty much the right umbrella, and then my buddy Rob took over, and he has been running the show pretty much for the last couple years. So for me, it's the kind of thing where right now in my project, I'm kind of a consultant. I kind of planted the seeds, and I'm letting everything kind of grow at this point. But if anything were to happen to streaming for me, I would jump 100% back into game dev. No question. Yeah. So it's a kind of thing where it's always there, and it's always an option. But at the same time, I think what Waffle said is very interesting about Twitch being timed. Yeah. I agree that Twitch is changing and evolving. I don't know if I don't think Twitch will ever fail.
It's too big to fail now.
It'll change, but I don't think it'll ever fail. And I think especially us, the streamers that are averaging like 1,000 viewers plus right now, we're in that seat right now. Twitch is driving the plane, and we're all passengers in it. Like we're all going somewhere.
Sure.
But I don't know where it is.
I feel bad though because, I mean, it sucks to be a new streamer on Twitch at this point.
Yeah.
And you know how much fun you had when you started it. I mean, it was the most enjoyable thing to do, just relaxing and play games.
The thing is, when we all started it,
suck if you go into it for the right reasons.
Zeke, you might actually have an interesting perspective on it, but I think, like, when me and Ko and Waffle started, like, this was not something that you could live off of. It was not something that you could make, like, a crazy amount of money from. It was just something that we did as almost a passion project. Like, we enjoyed streaming. And then it ended up turning into that. I think a lot of people that start streaming now are like, I want to make that money. Like, I want to be the next Lyric. I want to be the next X person.
Waffle, JP, man.
The next person they're into. Yeah.
I want to say something that I'd like when you're saying that, well, actually, never mind. I don't want to get too much into the next stuff.
Oh, okay. Sure.
No, I was. You may not like know like or remember or whatever. I mean, I haven't had my own channel for a long time, but I was
on
there
Man stream for a while, yeah.
at the fucking ground level, like when Justin TV was taking off, like not even taking off.
Right.
It was like a page of Justin TV's site that was getting bigger and bigger. And I was called by Man vs. Game and said, hey, I'm going to do this thing. And I said, why would anybody fucking watch it? I would watch it, but who else would? I don't understand. And he's like, just come on over. And he came on over, and I was there for a second broadcast. Had two or three viewers, chatting them up, talking. I was like, this is a blast, man. I'm having the time of my life. And I would make guest appearances. So I've been around the scene for a long time. Sure. But as far as having my own channel and stuff, like I never went into it thinking that I would make a living at it.
So this might be putting you on the spot, but did you jump into it with the idea of this is going to be my career?
No, never.
Okay.
Nope. I jumped into it because I was having so much fun guesting with Man, and it was more of a audience thing. Like when I would go over for Men's Days on Wednesdays before I had my own channel.
And you've kind of always been a
People
performer.
kept saying like you should start streaming on your own. You start streaming on your own. And we had me and him had like a real hard heart about it. It's like, I don't want to do your thing. I don't want to step on your toes. This is your fucking thing. And I don't want to, try, Bigfoot you or whatever the fuck you want to say. And we had a discussion about it and he was totally fine with it. And I said, okay, I'm going to make my own channel then. And then there it was. And, I still get that shit from, like day to day about riding coattails or having my head up his ass and
sure
that kind of shit.
Well,
but that's the way it goes though. That's the way it goes.
Sure.
The
thing is like
bother me, but someone said it earlier in chat. It's like someone said it about you, Waffle, earlier in chat. It's like
a lot of shit about
so
it.
far up lyrics ass blah 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 blah. And I was like, that's what having friends is like.
Yeah, no, that's just part of the thing.
Understand what that's like.
There's no denying that Zeke had a boon by being friends with Man on a stream. There's no denying that Waffle has a boon of being friends with Lyric. Like that's just how it goes. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't shit on someone for fuck you for having a relationship with Man vs. Game who's already established and having him help you. That's awesome. Like why would someone shit on that? It's such a bizarre
Life
thing.
is all
it's all
about
jealousy,
networking.
but
it's all networking. It's like how can you get mad at someone for talking to friends? And I mean that's how a lot of people get ahead. That's how that works.
Sure.
It's
yeah.
You can't look. I don't feel like that's a bad way to look at it though. Like, don't think of friendship as like, oh, I'm just networking to make myself bigger and stuff. I still think every single time I play with Lyric, I have a fucking blast. It's just fun. It's just like this is what gaming should be. This is fun. I'm having a great time, and that's when these people like stream together. That's what they're doing. They're not doing it with the mindset, hey, I'm gonna grow my channel faster. They're doing it saying, hey, I'm having fun playing with this person, and just because of that, my channel is growing faster because I'm having fun. And people want to watch that.
And I would actually say that's true for the majority. Like there are people that have the mindset of what you were just saying, of not like being a. It sounds weird, but not being like an actual friend. That's just and it's a way to grow a business. So you can't.
That shit happens on YouTube a lot. I feel in
yeah.
Minecraft, it's been. I always see drama because like I wish people would want to be friends with me rather than just use me for views and shit like that. And it's like. That's why I enjoy playing with Lyric, because we both started like 2 years ago playing together, and we both are in this position we are now. And I didn't play games with him because he had tons and tons of viewers. I played games with him because because we were both fans of Tali and stuff, and that's how Shorty Guy joined as well. Like we were just community members of Tali's stream, and we like to play games together, and that's just evolved into us having our own streams now, and this is where we are. So why change anything?
Cool. What were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say like I totally see what you are saying, Waffle. I didn't mean to say like use all your friends. I was trying to be like
and I don't think it would.
When those opportunities are available and they work, like let's take Zeke and Man on Men's Days for instance. That's a great boon for Zeke, but it just really works.
You know what? Let's make it even more personal. How about you and me on the Intel thing?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
We made friends there and we boosted each other.
Yeah. No,
it's been nothing but up both ways. Absolutely, giggity. But it's the kind of thing where, in those situations, it's good. It can be good for both channels too. And also, you never know. And this goes for a lot. This is great advice for a lot of big streamers out there. You never know when one of those little streamers that you help now may blow up down the road, and all of a sudden are hitting you with 500, 1,000, 1,500 raids. Take opportunities to help smaller streamers with that kind of stuff as potential opportunities to really come through in the future. Like it's really smart to do that stuff sometimes. It's smart to make friends, make those connections, and then develop that stuff, lay the groundwork for that kind of stuff later.
It's true.
You never realize how hard it is to find an actual good friend online, and you just need and it's just very enjoyable. A lot of people try to use you, but there's always, you just need to have like a good friend and everything. It's good.
Well, this is like, I've said this before, and it bears repeating, because I think it's important for people to understand that Twitch is one of those rare places where helping others helps you. Like whether you raid a smaller channel or a smaller channel raids you, or things like that. You might gain 2 viewers or you might gain 50 viewers, but you're still gaining. Helping others helps you. And that's like, I love that aspect of this place.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I'm trying to think of like other questions for Waffle. We've taken tangent after tangent, so we're gonna hold
I got
it.
totally off the wall.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Tell me about your double mic setup.
Oh yeah, we talked
so
about this
it's not
last
enabled
week.
right now because I can't use it over Skype or whatever for it. But I just recently had this. It was with the Warhammer stuff. I feel like it's evolving my stream. I love it. So I thought about doing ASMR streaming. I don't know if you know. I don't know what ASMR stands for.
Yeah.
But it basically is like when you have like the
Asmir.
it sounds very realistic.
Asmir streaming.
So what I wanted to do is I wanted to find a way to do that in my own setup when I'm doing Warhammer, and the only ASMR microphone I could find was like a $500 one, like the 3DPO, or I think it's called a 3DIO. It's like a really expensive one that is like I think it's called binaural or something like that, which it simulates like the ear canals and everything with the microphones. It's pretty cool. I didn't want to go that far. I just wanted to get an extra streamer, sorry, I'm reading chat. An extra microphone so I could do podcasts with people and have 2 mics, or if one breaks, I have a backup. And then when I did, which I can't really show too easily, I have. Can you see this?
We
I have
we
one
saw the
over
picture
here
last. I can bring it up.
and one over here. And what it does is I can use both of these microphones at the same exact time in different ears. So if I'm looking to the left, it'd be in the left ear. Looking to the right, it'd be in the right ear. But it also means if I don't want to do that kind of like different channel for ears, I can put it on the same channel. And no matter where I look in my room, now only one's on. So if I look over here, it sounds bad, right? It sounds a lot less. But I can turn it on over here. So if I look this way, all of a sudden my volume still sounds good no matter what way I look. And it's I found out using more microphones is better for the quality of audio on the stream. So I don't know, I want to experiment some more with it.
If you're not using a mic like in your face like I do, it makes total sense to do that. Especially if you're on camera and you're constantly animated and all over the place.
Yeah, I have like chat over here, I have donations over here, my dashboard over there, my game right here, and I'm looking all over the place, and my voice needs to sound the same, so it makes sense.
So you were
I
going
like
for like
having one mic though, because I like having the option to like walk out. I'm not like I'm not gonna go downstairs.
Yeah, to do those type effects. Yeah.
I want to experiment with a lapel mic to see how that sounds, because when I'm playing Warhammer,
really-
I'm gonna need a
Really tough to use.
because I like having a deep bass. If I take the bass on my microphone, this is what I sound like, and it sounds awful.
Yeah.
And this is what a lapel mic's gonna sound like, so I like having the condenser microphone. So I've seen Rooster Teeth, they use a lot of like condenser microphones while holding them. That might work, or I can mount it on top of the camera I use. I don't know yet. I have to kind of experiment with it here and there, but I gotta find a way to have good mobile audio that sounds good. But that's the next step.
You should get one of those Bob Barker mics.
I know, right? The long ones.
I think I have one of those from the MLG
All right,
studio.
next bit is.
I have one. It's just not good.
I don't know where that.
I love those mics, man.
That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous.
Quadraphonic sound.
Exactly. That's the main thing. I kind of want to mess with. I want to mess with like an effects thing. And like I watch Gassy, and his stuff is all software based. Like he has no hardware for his audio setup. You have like a push.
Hardware.
No, this is a Helicon Voice Touch 2. It's what a lot of music artists will use, and it basically you can put your guitar into it or whatever, and you have your microphone put it into as well.
You just run.
And it will.
Does it have pass through or?
Yeah, it's a pass through. So you can put whatever microphone you want through.
Put on your chain. Huh.
Yeah. So this is what I use. I haven't used it in a while though, but that's like the best thing you can get for if you're looking to do stuff like that. And you can have like preset channels and everything, but it's easier. I like hardware more than software, to be honest. But
I agree with that. But I also like there's a fine line to walk, and I'm I walk it.
Yeah.
I try at least as far as like doing too much shit.
Oh yeah, no. There's no denying that you're gimmicky bullshit and so is Gassy. 100% both gimmick bullshit. But
Dude.
every streamer has their gimmicks.
Yeah.
Dude, Zeke, at this point, Zeke, you basically just become a facepalm. Like your entire show. It's just like,
I know.
If you watch, like, Gassy does it on Fucked Up Friday, like, every 5 seconds he's fucking with his audio thing. It's hilarious. I love every second of it, but there's no doubt it's a gimmick, and he'll be the first
The
one to tell you
fucking thing
that.
is that douchebag doesn't even need it. He can
He
just
doesn't,
change his
yeah.
fucking voice to whatever he
We
wants.
were, we were talking about how
He
talented
so
he
much
is
right now.
before the show. He's a fucking asshole. I think he's flying to Vegas right now, too. Like, what a prick. What a
dude, we should
absolute
link
prick.
that
What a
trailer.
prick.
We should link that movie trailer. I didn't even know it was him.
I can probably
I didn't
play
know
it.
I was convinced it was him.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh well.
We'll talk about it in the news section, because it'll
Okay.
lead into the other thing.
There you go.
But before we do that, CohhCarnage, you guys have any other questions for Waffle specifically?
Co, I have a question for you. Why the hell have we not gotten a beer yet? I'm about to move to Seattle. All
What do
right,
you
we
mean?
live like I could literally drive to your house when this break we're about to take. I could literally drive over there and be in your camera.
Whoa,
like
whoa,
it's-
whoa! You guys live in the same town?
Yeah,
Dude, we live like
the
45
fuck?
minutes from each other.
and we
here's-
have
here's
not
the
gotten a
best part.
beer.
This is the best part. Me and Waffle found out we knew each other, right? Or we were close to each other. And for like months, we were like, yeah, let's go get a beer. Let's go get a beer.
Go get a beer.
We flew to Seattle, and the first beer we ever had together was across the country.
In
at a-
Seattle. Honestly, dude, I understand like why that had happened. There's a ton of people in Dallas the same way, and like I'll drink with them at events, but like when you're home, you're working. Like it's
Do you
honestly
guys
what
ever
it is.
take days off?
Very rarely.
Because I feel like this is a normal streamer thing. When I try to explain my job to people, I stream 7 days a week, holidays, birthdays, weekends, everything. It doesn't matter. I stream every single day, and that's just kind of a ridiculous job if you think about it. But it's
Yeah.
one you love out of passion. Whenever I explain people, like I went to the dentist today. She's like, "What are you doing for summer?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm working." She's like, "It's the weekend." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working." She's like, "You work?" And I'm like, "Yeah, 7 days a week." She's like, "What kind of job is that?" And you have to explain it to them and all. And
Yeah.
it seems, is that normal?
I think it's very normal. I think
Okay.
Well,
it's normal in the sense that like streamers never stop working, even when they're off stream, because they enjoy
Yeah.
it so much, and one because they always want to be better. At least that's where I come from. Like that is
Do you
why I
guys-
never stop.
Do you guys all stream 7?
I
Yeah.
take Saturday and Sunday off in the sense that I don't stream unless there's a show.
I take
Um,
off.
take Fridays off.
I take 1 day a week off usually.
I think the
That's a
thing
good
that,
idea.
the one thing that I hate about Lyric is that he's able to do 8 hours a day, 7 or 6 days a week. Like I don't know how he
I
does
do
that.
shit.
Yeah, well, anyone that does that, like I hate that because I will never have that fucking, and it's not work ethic. I can't be on camera that much. Like I can't.
I bet he's working his ass off camera as well.
No, everyone is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like being on camera like that, for that as much as he is, blows my
crazy.
mind. I could never do that. Anyone that does that, I have so much respect for that person. Any streamer that can do that, from 1 viewer to a billion viewers, like.
But,
it's
like,
so
for
much
new
work.
streamers-
So I gotta get away from I gotta have 1 day where I'm not just talking nonstop for 8 hours. Like I gotta have 1 day to reset my brain
Yeah.
and like, because
You have to, man.
It's like Cypress Hill said. It's a fun job, but it's still a job.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to take a day off. Mentally, it weighs more on you than like
I will say,
other jobs.
all 4 of us use a camera on stream. For the past like 2 weeks, I haven't used a camera once. I found it so much easier to keep streaming for extended periods of time without a camera. Because
Really?
like lights aren't on you.
That's
The
true. Lights-
idea of
oh my
like
God.
being, like when the camera's not on, the idea of like being an entertainer like physically is gone.
Do you see your numbers get hit when you do that?
I haven't seen it. No, it's still kind of the same. People definitely come in the chat and be like, "Where's the camera? Like, what are you doing?" But I think it used to be like you couldn't do that, but I think it's changing a lot to where if you just don't turn the camera on, people are still going to watch the stream. But there are
Yeah.
people that say like, "I miss your physical reactions," but
It makes it feel very personal.
When Dan was doing like what was it? I remember there was a streamer who was just doing mods. Like Dan's Gaming was just doing mods for Skyrim or Morrowind or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's preparing for his long.
And it was like
podcast.
fucking title said like don't watch, just doing mods, and fucking thousands of people tune in just for that. And he's not even on camera. He's just like,
well, I mean that's like reverse psychology, right? Like,
I
don't
know
watch the
that,
stream.
but
Yeah,
What I'm saying is like he's
Yeah.
not just fucking doing like mod bullshit.
it's honestly I get some of the best
Say it.
numbers.
I was definitely in those streams.
Yeah.
Me too.
Honestly, I've gotten some of the best numbers just vacuuming my floor and like cleaning my room, which is really odd.
Yeah, didn't Bacon say something about painting his wall? He said something
Yeah,
about
Bacon painted his wall like
Yeah.
a year ago and got almost more views than he normally does
Yeah.
because the thing is, this is what I love about Warhammer as well. when I do stuff like that, or relaxing stuff, you can just talk about whatever, and it's extremely interactive to the chat, whether you be having a webcam or not. I think the nice thing about Twitch is interactivity. It's a thing you won't get anywhere else.
Right.
And that's really what those streams pull out. And Twitch shows you that like them a lot.
Streams with cams is what you're saying?
No. With or without cams, it's just about being interactive with the chat a lot. And when you do stuff like painting walls or painting minis and stuff, you're able to do that a lot more. And that's what people like.
It's true. It's very true. I don't know.
But that being said, I'd watch you vacuum every day. Just like you should.
It was a very weird thing. It's only happened once, but I'm not gonna do it again because Twitch will just ban me now.
That's true.
For non-gaming content.
This is adult content. You're taking you're doing chores.
I'll just say that I'm role-playing Viscera cleanup, but then I'm still good.
Exactly.
That's what I'm doing. We're doing cleanup in real life for Viscera cleanup, whatever the fuck that game's called. People love your dance game impression, by the way, Zeke.
I know, that's what, like, that all came about.
I got to see that in real life. Oh my god.
What do you mean?
Dan did his Dan's game impression in real life with the beanie and everything. It was beautiful. The first time I ever met him, he did it. It was great.
Is it? I didn't realize that was Dan until very recently.
I didn't know either, but he's
because honestly, that
him.
image looks nothing like Dan.
Yeah.
Well, you see the white outline. That was before better. That was like before even Better Justin TV. That was like when all chat was white and no one had a black background, and that's why there's like that white like outline because you couldn't see it. That's why you see you can recognize the older global emotes because some of them have that white outline because no one could see it when it was on the white background of the chat back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had like his own Dan's game thing.
I wonder how I got that. I never asked him.
What, the global?
I think that was a horror.
Yeah,
so I got mine from horror. Man got his, and I didn't know back in the day because that horror was like in charge of that.
I know, like Trihex, there was a forum, and like they're asking for new global emote suggestions, and like Trihex put his on there, and that got accepted for Try Harder or whatever.
Although I've never asked about it. We've never got our global emotes for the Salt thing, the PJ Sultan. I don't think Vixen even has gotten her, and she's one.
Yeah, I think it's only one of them, right? I think
she got the rage. I thought she had like.
Did she get one?
A rage one with her like with her fist in my face, like going to punch my face.
Did it finally get put in or no?
I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't think me or Vixen or Goldie or you have just cared to ask. You already have one, so.
Are we all going to TwitchCon?
Yeah, I think
we are. Are you guys ready for the PJ Sultan? Because everyone that's going over there, like all the highlighted broadcasters, they're I think all going to be in the PJ Sultan Mark II or whatever.
I mean, is anyone ever ready for that shit show? Not really.
It's gonna be
great. The thing is that we're all going to be playing obscure games.
Like the first time I was in, I didn't know anybody. Now I know almost everybody that's going to be there and in it. I am my shit talk game is gonna like.
You're gonna go crazy with it.
It's gonna grow exponentially.
You can't like swear though. The way I'm really good at like playing games with the people is just swearing as much as possible. Like when I was playing Mario Kart with Lyric, someone in the chat was counting the amount of fucks I said, and it was like Waffle 16, Lyric 5, Shorty 2, and then Dizzy said sorry like twice or whatever. Like I'm like a leagues above everyone else just swearing during those things.
The thing
that's hard.
I worry about like the future, and we'll talk about this. I want to take a break. Well, I worry about the future of the PJ Sultan thing because streamers play like almost every obscure game, and especially now that we know that that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they can find a game that someone hasn't played that's going to have an edge.
They can't, because I'm scouring the early access every single day for multiplayer games to play with Lyric and shit. So
early access and new releases. That's a.
They did it in the most recent PAX East with what was that game that we played, Zeke, that you were terrible at? That's too broad. What was that game that we played?
Mount Your Friends?
Excuse me, I got fucked out of the tournament, okay?
Wait, Mount Your Friends?
No, the most recent one.
The scissor,
I don't remember the name of it, and It was me, you, Goldie, and Vixen, and we played that game that no one had ever seen before or something like that.
Yeah, you can throw scissors and stuff.
And it was pretty good. I think it's going to be like that type of stuff. What'd you say? It
wasn't Brawlhalla, was it?
No, that was the one prior. That was the PAX. That was PAX South. No, PAX South.
Yeah.
The one we got wrecked in.
Yeah, you get like you throw scissors and you like go around and there's 4-on-4. Paperbound, thank you.
Paperbound, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean Show.
I think I think they should do more stuff like that, to where like no one's played it, because that was
I want to play speedrunners. I'm gonna kick someone's ass in speedrunners.
Speedrunners, I think so many people have played it and will never be there.
It's good though, because then people are skilled at it. And it'll be fun to watch. Speedrunners is not a fun game to watch. People don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Duck Game is great.
Duck Game. I saw Duck Game on Fucked Up Friday. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That looked
Is that the
pretty
Adult
good.
Swim one?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I played that.
I
Played
wish
that
they
at
would put in
TwitchCon.
Gang Beast.
Yeah, it's local
No,
only.
no,
so
no,
that'd
no.
be-
A game that you cannot be like super skilled at by practicing, like a Jackbox, like a Drawful or a Fibbage or
That'd
something
be
like
good.
that.
That'd be good.
What if
Yeah.
they just did like the round of, I don't know, 64, and they just did a Mario Kart heats?
I would
Fuck no.
seriously, I'm not kidding you. I make this promise right now. If Mario Kart is one of the games, I will drop my pants and take a shit on the I will take a live shit on the stage. If they put Mario Kart in there, 100%, that is my Zeke promise. If they put Mario Kart in the Salt and the Stream, I will take a dump on the, you know what, on the couch, on that white, nice couch. I'm going to take a dump.
I kind of hope it happens.
Me too.
I'm not lying. I think it'd be
Zeke,
nice.
out of curiosity, have you ever overtly lied on camera?
Overtly lied.
Is this real? Like you're real right now?
I
You
don't doubt
sounded
that Zeke won't
You
take a
sounded
shit.
pretty real, Zeke.
Do you see my face? I am being 100% truthful right now. I'm not kidding you. I will drop trout and poop on the couch.
I am going to pay JP Waffle. We need to fund Twitch to at least, even if it's one round, just one Mario Kart round.
Kickstarter it.
This has to be seen. This has to be
Don't do this.
counted.
Don't
Kickstart.
You
get me
can't
fired.
make promises about. You did this with the fucking the St. Jude thing, and now you're playing
I'm doing
Boshi,
it.
and now you just did it again. And you're gonna be taking a shit at TwitchCon on the stage.
So
Can we move on?
Let's flash forward a month after TwitchCon. So how's it feel being called the shit guy?
Yeah,
How's it feel
King,
being
King
banned
shit.
from every
Well,
event
I will
ever?
give up my crown.
Yeah,
and I will
exactly.
crown
The title
you. The title will be passed.
You know, in fact, I'm going to bring a small gold crown.
Yeah,
On
it'll
the
be
Tonight
passed.
Show, we've got Joe Rogan. We've got the shit guy. We've got, fucking Lady Gaga, whoever's new musical act. All right, the shit guy's up next. What was going through your head, shit guy?
I'll just give you the emote, and we can just transfer it over to your channel, and then you're king shit for a year. There you go. That'd be great. That'd be great.
I can just imagine that partner help email. So this is kind of a weird request.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll give it to Hassan. We'll just have him deal with it. He'll help us out. He'll help us out. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. We got Fallout 4 to talk about. We got Ark to talk about. We got the adult-only games being banned from Twitch to talk about. I'm probably forgetting some stuff, but there's a bunch of stuff coming up in part 2. So don't go anywhere. We got more drop frames coming up right after this. We'll see you guys in an hour or two in just a little bit.